Hey guys, LParker77 here, and in this video I'll be reviewing two players. The first of these being Team of the Year, Team of the Season, Whittingham, whatever you want to call it, with his blue card. He's a midfielder who plays for Cardiff and sells for about 55 to 60k on the Xbox and around 50k on the PS3. So you'll have probably seen this team before, and I kept him as a centre mid and used him there as right centre midfielder. First off, his card stats, which I think are way too low. His shooting should definitely be higher. Apart from that, they're quite good. Some of you may have already seen his in-game stats, but there's always a few people who haven't, so I'll show you them anyway. He's a 3-star skiller with 3-star weaker foot. In his physical attributes, he has 80 sprint speed, which was higher than I expected, and that really helps as a centre mid. As per most of these players I review, his mental attributes are average, but I do think his vision should be higher. Lastly are his skill attributes, and nearly all of them are in the mid-70s or low 80s, which was slightly lower than I expected. He's great free kick stats, but you'll see there the 68 long shots. What the hell were EA thinking? If I'm right in saying this, one of the main reasons why he was in the team this season was because of his shooting, yet someone like McCleary scores 4 goals in one match and gets 90 plus long shots. Oh well, anyway, some gameplay should be on your screen now. First of all, I have to say, although his shooting stats aren't as good as they should be, he was still fun to use. I don't have loads of goals to show you from him, as he is a centre mid after all. He did score the odd goal when I gave it to him. His free kicks were amazing, as you'd expect. He has the side free kick run up, so generally the best thing to do with his free kicks is to curl them and dip them over the wall, and if they didn't hit the crossbar, they usually went straight into the top corner. Long shots were really awful, if I'm being honest. They'd always be on target, but there was never enough power to score them, and that was really disappointing. His finesse shots did slightly make up for it though. When he got the chance, he'd usually score them, as I think you'll see in this clip where it hits and it goes in off the post. His passing was great, and his sprint speed was also really useful. Before now, I'd usually play Cleverley in his position, and I think Whittingham offers so much more than Cleverley does there. Because of his sprint speed, it's really easy to go on runs with him and create space for the front three. So overall, I'd say Whittingham is definitely worth it. If you can afford a similar team to mine, you should be able to afford Whittingham. Although his long shots were bad, he did make up for it, and you'll probably still get lucky and occasionally score a screamer anyway. So you may have guessed, the next player we're going to look at is Wright-Phillips, the striker who plays for Charlton. On the Xbox, he's been going for about 55 to 65k, and on the PS3 a little bit less at around 50 to 60k. You'll have already seen I put him into the same team as Whittingham, and he fits perfectly because he's English. His card stats are actually really good. Just from looking at them, you can see that he's one of the better silvers from the team this season. As with Whittingham, some people may have already seen his in-game stats, but some won't, so I'll show you them again. He has 3-star skills and 2-star weaker foot. He's also 5'8". His physical attributes are amazing, with a few in the 80s and even some such as jumping in the 70s. The 70 strength is also great. His mental attributes aren't bad, with his 75 attacking positioning. And lastly are his skill attributes, where you'll see his dribbling at 81, finishing at a 92, with his 93 shot power also being notable. The gameplay should be on your screens now, and I did score quite a few goals here, so that'll give me a little longer to talk about him. In the first few games I used him in, I thought he was terrible. I just couldn't use him properly, and he wasn't scoring. He'd maybe get 2 goals in a match if I was lucky. It wasn't until after using him for like 5 to 10 games that I managed to use him properly and started scoring 3 or 4 goals a game with him. I found that he's not the type of player that's going to score all his shots from outside the box, but when he gets inside the box, he's deadly. I also expected that his power shots were going to be so much better than his finesse shots, but I didn't find that to be true. Although he still scored a lot of power shots, his finesse shots were absolutely amazing. He was a perfect player for my custom corner, as he could either finesse it or hit it with some power, and it would sometimes go in, which I think you'll see sometime in this gameplay. So as I said, I didn't like him at the start, but I heard a few people saying how good he was, and I started to use him differently as just a finisher, and that's how I think he needs to be used. He's there to finish anything in and around the area. When I did go on a run with him or have to take it past a few defenders, his dribbling seemed really good. He hasn't got 4-star skills, so I had to rely more on his dribbling, and it seemed a lot better than other strikers I'd used before. He also seemed really fast with his 86 sprint speed, which I think it's 86, and that was really helpful. I can't really think of many negatives about him really. Maybe the only one is his price as you can get Delfonso for a lot less and is fairly similar, but it's always worth paying more to get a blue card. So overall, I'd say he is worth it, worth the coins, as he's actually a really fun player to use when you get used to him. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope this helps. I'd also like to thank everyone who subscribed to my channel, as last night I managed to reach 1k subs. It may not sound like a lot, but I've only been doing these videos for a few months and I'll have plenty more of these videos to come. I plan on doing a special video on Monday evening, so let me know in the comments what you want to see. I'm thinking of either showing all of my silver informs, as I think I've got about 98 now, and I'll buy 2 more to show you 100 of them. Either that, or I'll do another video showing all my squads. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers. Right, guys, in case you missed it, here is a link to episode 3 of the Silver Team of the Year in-game stats, including the likes of Whittingham and Marcus Asensao. So if you missed that, guys, click on the screen to watch that.